our road trip seem more like a scene from National Lampoon's Vacation than what you had imagined? I'm smiling because I'm thinking of the family vacations I grew up with, and yes, Lanika Johnson-Colbert is here. She's offering a little bit of help this morning, but you have to follow her directions.
Yes,
you
please.
can't just listen to it. You actually have to do it to save your sanity.
So get a pen and paper and let's get started.
Okay.
All right. So the first thing you want to do when you're creating a family road trip, because it's not like when we were young and, you know, we had the station wagon and we could just go. These kids, they need to be entertained.
Right. It's really sad, you know?
It's a little sad, but there's things that you can do to make it not so, you know, long and boring for them. So we're going to start out with your family trip guide.
Got it.
Okay. This is just simply a binder. You know, I love my binders, Andy. It's simply a binder, and what it has in it are maps. It has your reservations for any hotels you're staying in, a list of gas stations, hospitals that are on the freeway off the road.
Oh, that's a really good idea, just in case of emergency.
Everything that you need is in the binder, and you want to take that with you so that if you ever have to stop for gas, you can say, okay, we don't need to stop now, but we can stop 10 miles down the road. There's another gas station, and the cool thing about having this binder is you create it, and every year you can put it on the shelf, and you have a memento.
Are you really taking your kids to Shreveport, Louisiana?
Yes, that's where their grandmother is.
Oh my God, you're crazy.
So that's where we're going. But it won't be too crazy, and I'm going to tell you why in a minute. But the next thing you want to do is not depend on your GPS, because we're in such a technological, you know, age. We like to depend on our electronics a little bit too much. But what happens if this just fizzes out?
You are lost out in the middle of the desert.
You're stuck. So what I say is always carry a backup map. And one of the things that the book has in it is, I'll show you, on the first page is the map to where you're going.
Okay.
All right? So you always make sure you have a backup map, even if you're using the navigation on your phone. What if you don't get a signal? And then you're just stuck, right? The other thing, let's talk about the are we there yet?
Yeah, we were just talking about that.
We were just talking about that. That will drive you batty. The way that you combat that is to make it an adventure for the kids. Make sure that your kids know in a couple of hours we're going to stop and there's going to be something for us to do. That's also in your trip guide. You're going to have a list. Say we're going to stop in El Paso, Texas, which we are. There will be, in my book, activities that we can do in El Paso, Texas. So we can stop, get out of the car, the kids can recharge, they can run around.
And the really neat thing too is you could put a dry erase marker on this,
yes,
and they can travel, give each of them a map, and they can sort of help you get there.
Or how about a sticker? And they can put a sticker every time you go through a city.
We just created something new.
Something brand new.
Fabulous.
For kids. And then the other thing is an activity box for the back seat of the car. Fill it with their toys. You see I have my daughter's DS in here, my son's car. They have coloring books, dolls, they have their iPod, all those things to keep them busy. And 2 sets of earphones if you have 2 kids. So however many kids you have, make sure you have those earphones that you can listen to the radio and you don't have to listen to Justin Bieber all the way.
Right, and we even take this one step further. They each have their own box. So I say whatever you put in the box, that's your box.
That's your box.
See, I listen when you come on. I'm learning from you.
Good. So they're not fighting. They're not fighting over the toys, and they have their things that they can do, and it'll move along. And then the other thing is you want to save money on food. So when you're booking hotels along your trip, make sure you choose hotels that provide free breakfast.
Yes.
Free breakfast.
That'll save you a lot of money.
Yes. That way you're not spending money on food in the morning, and then you're packing an ice chest full of healthy snacks. You don't have to stop at all the fast food places. You have your fruits and your vegetables and your granola bars and your juices.
Even those peanut butter and jelly, like those frozen peanut butter and jelly ones, you could just...
Yep, and it's all in the car. So all you have to do is reach in the back and grab a snack and hand it to the kids. You're not stopping every couple of hours to eat. All you have to do is stop for gas and to use the bathroom. I
mean, realistically, you could have free breakfast. Your lunch is already in there, even mayonnaise, mustard, sandwiches, everything in there. And then all you're paying for is dinner.
Dinner and gas.
And gas, that's right.
And you're saving money on flights.
Perfect. Right? Thank you very, very much.
Welcome.
I think these are some fantastic ideas. And then we also have to remember you need to get things for parents, too. They might need a little box, too.
You might need a little box. I might need my InStyle magazine.
I think you might need a couple of them on your trip to Louisiana. Well, for more information, you can go ahead and check under the Lifestyle tab at abc15.com. And then you'll also find a link to Lanika's new website, which has quite a few tips from past segments that we're going to feature here, that we featured on Sonoran Living. All right, well, thank you for joining us. Thank you, guys. Hopefully...